Yeah, it's a day late, and this really isn't going to be a recap. There's no graphics. Yes, the shirt is inside out because this is a club in crisis right now. Tottenham lost 4-2 on Sunday to Chelsea at home in what was basically a soulless environment. Tottenham went up 2-0 early on. Or I'm, well, yeah, they went up 2-0 early on. Chelsea scored four straight, two of them being penalties that should not have been conceded at all. And then Son did score in the 96th minute. It was actually a 4-3 final, but it doesn't really matter because no points were taken away. This is a club in free fall right now. And I don't know where we go from here. I said that on Thursday. I don't know where we go from here. It's somehow gotten worse, and I truly, I don't know. I don't know what's next. Positives from the game. We had our back line back. That was nice. They were only back for 15 minutes, but they were back. And I'll give it this. I think that with Romero getting injured within 15 minutes of the start of the match, and now he's going to be out most likely 6 weeks. That, yes, I put on Postecoglou. Everything past that, none of that's on him. I am 1,000% in on him. I think he's being let down right now by upper management and by some of the older players in this squad. It's honestly, it's disgusting. It really is disgusting. I think there are some big names in this club that are letting him down, both as people in the locker room and people out on the field. And there's a few players right now that are playing out of their minds. One of them, Fraser Foster, I for sure thought it would be ball game when he played. Yes, we've lost most of the games that he has played in. But man, he has put up incredible performances that if we could get a goal from somebody like, Heung-min's son, it may look a little different scoreline wise. But when your top players aren't playing and there's not playing up to expectations, what are you supposed to expect? I mean, seriously, what are you exactly supposed to expect? And honestly, I kind of waited to do this. I honestly 100% thought Postecoglou would have been gone this morning. I 100% said that because when the pressure gets turned up on upper management, especially Daniel Levy, the manager is always the first one to go because, you know what? This will give me another 18 months. And then they're going to call for the next manager's head. And then I'll get another 18 months after that. It didn't happen today. Surprisingly, when a manager's on the verge of getting sacked, you start hearing about turmoil in the locker room. It's actually the exact opposite here. We've had a few players not like fully come out, but we have had players come out like Christian Romero. Yes, he's most likely out 6 weeks. He is one of the faces of this club. I will, until he plays his last second for this club, I think he is going to give everything for this club. I truly think he loves this club. This is a player that I think was prepared to leave if Conte didn't get sacked. This is now a player threatening to leave if Postecoglou gets sacked. Like, you don't usually see that. You see, I'm going to pull up some of the quotes that he said today. On whether Tottenham are falling behind their rivals due to lack of investment. His quote is, "The truth is, I would say no comment, but Man City compete every year. You see how Liverpool strengthens its squad. Chelsea strengthens their squad. If one doesn't do well, they strengthen again, and now they're seeing result. The last few years, it's always the same people responsible at Tottenham. Hopefully, the Tottenham Hotspur hierarchy realizes who the true responsible ones are, and we move forward, because it's a beautiful club that, with the structure it has, could be easily competing for the title every year. There are no lies there. This is a club that has everything right now. And if they just put in a little bit of investment, this thing could go to the moon. Now you're going to say, well, they have invested. They have brought players in. I don't think Ange Postecoglou, who came out and said, I always win in my second year, was looking for in the summer transfer window 2 teenagers that have barely seen playtime because they're not ready for this level. They are not ready for this level. Yeah, he got his striker in, but that's it. You got a bunch of deadwood still floating around this club, which is just absolutely, it's amazing. Like, when you finally think you're starting to get rid of the deadwood, just more deadwood drifts along the coast. Like, Timo Werner should have never came back. Like, you should have actually went out and signed a winger this summer, one that actually can play football. Yet we're gonna take the cheap option, loan in Timo Werner, and we'll do whatever with that. Heung-min's son, honestly, he's washed. He's done. But this club is going to keep him around forever, which, again, he's been a loyal servant to this club. I love him dearly for that. But like, he's not the same player he was. And when, I don't like to say it, but when you're wasting space out there, it's not great. I'm to the point, I'm fine with not offering him an extension. I know that probably makes a lot of people mad. I'm fine if he doesn't get an extension. He's going to, because he brings his club in a lot of money, and that's all that matters. I don't know. I truly don't know. Here's another one. This is from the BBC Sport. One Tottenham player whose identity is withheld to protect his position in the dressing room simply believes the squad lacks depth and that further investment is needed to push forward towards the top of the table. The players given their support to Postecoglou on the record, and that positive feeling is being reflected in off-the-record conversations with the BBC. Now you can read that. Kind of seems like that's probably Christian Romero after what was said, but like, I kind of feel like maybe more players should be saying that, and it's kind of worrying that not enough are. I truly, we're at the point where this club, I think, it's so toxic right now. You have Pedro Porro going on Twitter today, posting that like he's had the most goals from a defender this season, and then Tottenham fans harassing him, and now he's deactivated his Twitter. It's a mess right now. It is an absolute mess. And I don't know the answer. I don't know how this gets fixed. It's an absolute disaster right now. It is an absolute disaster. I thought we reached breaking points of disasterness during the Conte era, under the Jose Mourinho era. Like, this might be worse. This truly might be worse. I don't know the way out of this. I truly don't, and I'm not paid to get out of this. This is just a club in an absolute crisis right now, and I don't know where they go forward from here. I truly don't. They play Rangers on Thursday in the Europa League, which is an absolutely massive game if they want to advance on in the Europa League without playing the playoff. This is an absolutely insane game that Tottenham need 3 points from, and they're probably not going to get it given just the run of results they're on right now. I sure hope that they can get 3 points at Ibrox on Thursday. I honestly just don't see how it happens. I really don't, and that really upsets me. It's tough. This is very, very tough because this team has what it needs. It just needs more investment. It needs the depth. It needs squad depth so bad. And yet here we are sitting and thinking, and we're not doing. We're not doing what needs to be done to compete at the highest levels of football, which is an absolute travesty for the club this is. It is an absolute travesty. I really don't know where to go on from here, so we're just going to cut it here. Like I said, this wasn't really ever going to be a recap of the Chelsea game, but here we are. Hopefully we're back to a full recap on Thursday night of that game at the Ibrox. It has to get better. It has to get better from here. I hope we've hit rock bottom now and there's nowhere to go but up. But knowing Tottenham Hotspur, they're going to find a way to find an even lower rock bottom. So thank you so much for watching. If you just stumble across this video, click like, click subscribe, tell anybody you know about it. We'll be back on Thursday night for another episode of Top of the Perch.